Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Camppatton Family Compound. It is time for Friday night on the Homestead. And tonight's topic is seed starting. And how is everyone doing out there? All right, let me see what we got here. All right, so first one in was Walt Rogers, then Super Scout, then Troop 1351. Then Shady Hill Homestead, followed by Little Lone Prepper, and then Serena Noel, and Diana. And okay, those are what we got here making comments. And all right, what I see here shows up here in the corner right up here shows 11 people here. So we got a few lurkers. Hey, lurking's fine. We just ask that you check in and just say hi. That's it. All you got to do is say hi. And hit the thumbs up. All righty. Tonight's topic. 2 days ago, it was 54 degrees outside. Yesterday morning, it snowed 2.5 inches of snow. This morning, 95% of that snow is gone. Everyone here around here in southeastern Idaho is commenting this is the warmest winter they remember back, 75 years. So yeah, it's rather unique. But the farming community, seeing newsletters and stuff will come out saying, warning, just because it's really warm right now, we have gotten snow in June. So no telling what is going to happen between now and usually the last frost is the middle of May to the end of May. We may get a really nasty cold snap, and anybody that puts plants out now, unless they are peas, beans, lettuces, like that, kale, cold hardy vegetables. If we get snow, it could kill them off. Yeah. So yeah. So I'm in southeast Idaho, Serena. So for this thing, we're going to talk about starting seeds. And the way you can start it early, bros, the way you can start it earlier and get it going before you have to worry about putting them in the ground, and then so basically you're getting a jump start now. So once they're in the ground and the last frost is gone, boom. All right, so let's head over here to this. And I grabbed this picture because this picture is just so perfect on it, showing the way, different ones grow. And that seriously looks to me like sunflower seeds. 80. Yeah, it's a little strange out there. Okay. So how many people use seed starting trays to start their seeds and get them going? Just yes or no in the chat. One of the interesting things I learned years ago, and I've used it quite a bit. I've done several videos on both channels about it. Taking a paper towel, putting it in a container that allows no light in. So I lay it down, space the seeds out. Well, first I dampen the paper towel, put the seeds out, and spray it with a solution I learned about. That is for one quart of water, you put in 1 teaspoon of Epsom salt and the 1/8 teaspoon of a 20-20-20 fertilizer in it, and you just just spritz it a couple times on top of the seeds. The minerals in the Epsom salt is what seeds need when they're first sprouting. That's one of the first things they pull from the soil to get to jumpstart them to keep them going. So I put it on there, and I've had Grand Rapids lettuce. Put it in, spritz it, put another container over the top to keep the any light from getting to it. Open it up 18 hours later, and seeds have already germinated. I've had squash seeds germinate in less than 48 hours. I've had pepper seeds take a little bit longer. I've had some doing 72 hours. So yeah, that's one of the things to consider when starting seeds. But let's see here. All right, one of the first things you got to do is you got to select the seeds you want to grow. Oh, that we're going to see that again here in a minute. So select the seeds you want to grow. Select the ways you want to grow it. Now this is where it gets interesting. And this is where we go to the tray. Hang on, I'm going to shift this around here real quick. And go ahead and make me big like this. So I ordered a set of trays. There's 5 trays like this. This holds 40 plants. And so it's got the lid here. It's got the little dials to open and close it to let moisture in, or the moisture in, to let to regulate the temperature and humidity in there. Then it has a tray that to catch the water, and then it has the seed tray that goes in it. So I got 40 things here. This is going to be my grand experiment this year. I'm going to try to do 40 pepper plants just to see if I can get them all to grow. And I'm not going to do any others than one very specific type of pepper. My wife, she wasn't up here. She got up here too late to try it, but she liked the plants. But my daughter came over and was constantly, she was coming over and taking the peppers off and eating them and feeding to a couple of the boys. And so I want to get that. It's got a real unique name. I got it from M.I. Gardner. So I'm going to reorder some more seeds of it. And it's a sweet, sweet that all the grandkids, just about all the grandkids liked it, but except for Aiden. Aiden hates it. Aiden, you put a dash of black pepper on something. Oh, that high, that burns. Anyways, so I'm going to try to get these growing as one way. So I'll start it out in these little pockets here, and then I'm going to up pot it. Those that actually, I'll chit them, put the seeds in here. When they sprout, put them in here. When they get to a certain height and they start touching the top of the lid, then I'll up pot them to the 4-inch pots I have, the little red ones. I've had them in many videos on it. And actually, let me see if I can show those to you here. Go in and look at my gardening list here. Garden tools, garden fertilizer. Actually, let me see if here, is it in here? Okay. Let me move this over here. I really hate the way this thing can't communicate. Open a new tab. I'm going to go back here, garden tools, garden for gardening. I'm looking for the pots so I can show you the pots here real quick. Man, I got a lot of stuff saved in gardening. Okay, so it's not in gardening. It's got to be in the indoor gardening wish list. Hopefully this has it for the ones I wanted. There we go. Okay, so these are the 4-inch pots. I don't know why this is doing it this way. Oh, I know why. Because the one, bring it over here this way. There we go. Yeah, the high def monitor tries to, it's screwy with it. Basically, the latest update from Windows screwed up how it views. It projects stuff. So anyway, so they get 100 of these cups. I've been using these for the last 3 years or so. So up pot to that, and then I will up pot. I have a bunch of the 6-inch ones. So these are the 6-inch ones here to that. And then by the time I need I need to get it out of these, there'll be time to put it in the ground. But this is okay. This is tomato and vegetable formula. This is one of the master blend ones I use to make my solution for the seeds. So this is a 4-1838, and it helps with the seed germination too. Boom. Okay. So select the way you want to do the seeds. Are you going to do them in trays like this here? Or are you going to do it like the one I have? Or are you just going to get a bunch of those 4-inch pots or 6-inch pots and put the seeds as soon as they germinate into those, or just stick them in there and try to germinate them in the soil in the pot? I found out that putting them in the pot, I get probably a 50% success rate, whereas if I put them on the paper towel, I get more like a 90% success rate in them germinating. So that's one of the things to consider is, find out which way gets the seeds to germinate best for you. Next one here is prep the ways. Make sure you got good soil. Don't reuse soil directly from last year, stuff that, if the seed didn't germinate, but the soil's still good. No, if it didn't germinate in the soil, there might be something wrong with some of the soil, or there might be something in it that's keeping it from germinating. Dump that in the compost pile, get some new potting soil, mix some good stuff, i.e. not Miracle Grow. I've had one of our neighbors in California was the head of the horticulture department for the college district, and yeah, she pointed out everything wrong with Miracle Grow. Basically, it's like a bodybuilder taking steroids. I'll say, yep, good, and then all of a sudden there's nothing left, and the plant dies. So you need to prep the way you're going to do it. If it's going to be in small trays, you get everything prepped. One of the things I found out, let me shift here. One of the things I found out with any of the little pots, the bottom half of it, I pack it down in there, and then I kind of gently pack it a little bit up. Then I take the little tool that I get and put the little hole, put the seed down in it, push it around it, and then I don't pour water on it. I'll use a spray bottle and I'll spray it so it mists down on it like rain and gets it to settle down. and I have a lot better success rate in the seedling sprouts to continue to grow. And once the root gets down into the stuff that's quote harder pack, but once that harder pack is wet, it becomes soft again. But it doesn't just settle down like I've seen happen before, where you put the dirt in there, you keep it nice and loose, put the thing in there, and as soon as the water hits, it just starts sinking down. All of a sudden, you have half the soil you need in your little trays. Or the 4-inch one. I actually did a 4-inch one, did it loose like that one time, like one channel was telling me to do. Put the seed in it, and it went down to half the size of it, because the water will cause it to naturally to compact down to not hard, but to a dense base that the roots love. Well, all of a sudden I got half the soil in there I needed, and I had to up pot it right away. The other, so you need to prep that. You want to try to use something that's organic as much as possible. I like the stuff they used to sell at Sam's Club. They didn't have it last year. Maybe they'll have it this year. Very organic, very natural. Had redwood compost in it. Had peat moss. Had a couple other natural things. You list everything on it's all natural, no chemicals all in it. And then so when I put it in the pots and stuff, I would pack it down in there, water it before I even put the seeds in it. It would settle a bit, put some more dry stuff on top, spray it down, then put the seeds in there once they germinated. And I had great success with that. And since it was the way they did it, there were no gnats or any other bugs in the mix to cause problems. So that's one of the things I do. So you prep the different pots, get them ready. Now we're going from this size here of these little things into a 2-inch. I would pack the bottom half of the 4-inch one. Pack the bottom half, maybe a little bit more. Pack it pretty good. Put it in there. Push down with my knuckles. Get it nice and set hard. Hard, not really hard, but as soon as the water hits it, it's going to turn soft and mushy again. And then put take the seed pack out of the seedling out of that tray. Set it gently in the middle, and then fill around it with the more of this potting soil, and bring it up to level with the top of the what was in that the little seed tray, and then spritz it good to get the top to settle and firm up and become a little bit firmer, so I can just put water on it and not dig up the seedling root. And then let that grow. And once that's growing, and once the roots just start to come out the bottom, that means all around it's made a web all the way around the side, but it's still ready to go out. I can slide it out, do the same thing again with a 6-inch pot, and it just keeps growing and doing great. It doesn't get root bound this way, but you got to be careful. You got to watch it. So as soon as the roots start coming out the bottom, it's about time to up pot. And then once it's in the 6-inch one, then it's I let it go until the last frost is gone. Then out it goes. Dig the hole, put it in there, and get it going good. Next one here. Yeah, filling the ways. Yeah, so yeah. Oh, the other thing on prepping the ways, if you're reusing trays or the little 4-inch or 6-inch pots, put some really hot water in it to kill any bacteria on the surface of the pots. Make sure it's clean and sanitized. You fill it up. Then some of the types of potting mix my wife and I have gotten, we've had to once the pot is either 4, 6, 12-inch pots. Once it's filled with the potting mix, we've actually had to soak it because it's so dry. you put water in it, just sucks it up into the biomass, and you need to keep adding water to it before you put the seedling in it. Because if it's sucking all the moisture away to the biomass, you put the seedling in it, it's sucking the moisture away from the seedling, and it's not going to be good for it. Yeah, and when you're inserting seeds and sprouts, shoot, I should have brought it here. Basically, I love the tools that come with those pots and stuff. There's a green, I don't know what to call it. It's not like a dowel because it's tapered, and it has marks on it for, 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, 3/8, 1/2 inch, and it goes up like that. And you know how far to push it down in. Generally, I don't use that part of it. I use the taper part to push down in. But what I'll do is I'll just hold it over next to the seedling I'm going to put in there. Okay, I need to put it in this far here. Push it just a little bit deeper for the sprout, and just carefully put the sprout down in, and I'll have the spray bottle there, and I'll spray on it a little bit as it's going down in to keep the root straight and get it down in there. And then I'll sprinkle damp soil on top of it and spritz it down so it fills in around it and doesn't damage the sprouts at all. That way, it's not, you're not damaging, kinking, crushing the root, and it just has a chance to then start growing and doing its thing there. Now, once, as soon as the first several waterings I do to it, I'll spritz on top of the soil there with the mixture of the fertilizer and the Epsom salt, because for the first week or so, it's going to need more of the I just lost the chemical that Epsom salts really is, potassium something or other, and you do that, and that way it has that in there to it. And then when any extra watering you do on top of that, washes that the Epsom salt down into the soil. Watch the sprouts carefully. Keep an eye on them. You want to make sure that you put it in there. Don't just put it in there and say, okay, I'm just going to water it and forget. No, you keep an eye on it, because sometimes, no matter how careful you are doing it, a sprout will become damaged, the root will damage, and the sprout will die. And then it's like, oops, got to do another one. Prepper for the ages. Hey, Jill, how's it going? So when you're doing, once you put it into the from the trays, or put it into the trays from the chitting container where you're just getting the sprout first, so you're putting sprouts into the trays and not seeds and hoping the seeds sprout. Then you need to watch them often. Check them morning, noon, and night to see how they're doing. And the next thing you're going to realize, I started too many. And this becomes the hardest part for some gardeners. They think, I want to have 50 pepper plants. And so they put out 100 seeds. Murphy's Law, they get 85 of them sprouting, but they only wanted 50. Well, what I say is, go ahead and do all 85 in the trays and see and the ones that grow the best, those are the ones you're going to plant. The other ones, hey, just go ahead, since you can't use the other ones, either find someone to give them to, or just go ahead and pinch it off and kill it and let the green mass become compost. And use the pot for whatever else you want to, And a lot of gardeners, they just say, "Oh, it's a new plant, I can't kill it." Well, if you're sprinkling your seeds like carrots and other things and radishes and stuff, you gotta thin those too. So if you're doing it in trays, you get more than what you were saying that you needed, you're going to have to thin out, and you're going to want to use the best looking ones. Now, did I got anything after that? No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, and that's the thing to do. And hang on, question. What does it say? I don't know. My wife collects the rosemary seeds. I don't. And she's not in here tonight. But I'm trying to think who collects rosemary seeds. Trying to remember back. For some reason, I'm thinking Teresa at Teresa and Lee is the couple, and I can't think of their channel right now. I'm spacing out. Yeah, she does stuff with the Cricut labeler and stuff on makes the solo cups and put special things on it for their little club thing, the Blue Cup Club. But I think she was one that was collecting, was doing rosemary seeds. I'm not sure if Courtney at Wide Family Farm ever tried collecting them or not. But the other one might have been Joe at Garden State Gardener. However, Joe is in the process of packing up his house. He's moving across town. So yeah, he's rather busy right now. But you can go back and check out his some of his past live streams, and maybe put in Garden State Gardener rosemary seeds, and it may bring it up. Yeah, have no idea. All I know is my wife's rosemary plant, her main one, is like 15 years old and still growing strong. It's in she's up potted it 3 times. It's in like a 10-gallon bucket now for its pot. So, but yeah, one of the things I'm trying right now as far as starting seeds, I've had since last August a bunch of seeds from the apricot trees and the peach trees. I've had those in the refrigerator, giving them the winter chill thing, and I'm pulling them out and putting them into some of the 6-inch pots to try to get them to germinate and get some more apricot and peach trees going. And if I do that, then I'll be planting a whole bunch more apricot and peach trees. Oh yeah, if rosemary's in the ground, my grandmother had a rosemary bush that was like 12 feet tall and about 8 feet wide, right next to the side door of her house. And I'm not sure. I think that's where my wife got the starter for her rosemaries. I think she went over there and took a clipping off of that and planted it. So I think I covered everything I wanted to cover tonight already, but yeah, there are some really different types of, not quite. Both my wife and I have tried using those quote peat cups or the peat discs. Turns out a lot of the peat discs and stuff that you get in the big box hardware stores, the one with the orange buckets and the one with the blue buckets, those aren't really peat. Those are just shredded and compressed cardboard. Do you? No, because any other microbes in there that I want to keep alive, pouring the hot water in there kills those too. What I do have, hang on, let me bring it back up here. Orders. I got to go through my orders here because I just ordered some and I'm using them. Well, where is it? I just ordered some more, or did I? Or did I find? No, I think I found one of the things I got before. So let me look at it here. STICK sticky TRAPS. Let's see if it comes up here in my. Yes, here we go. I've used a lot of these, so let me get this here down that way, and that way, and this way. Bring this over here, and then I'll share it just a second as soon as I get it there. And share. So I've used these sticky traps for years, and they catch a lot. They catch a lot of gnats, and so it's non-toxic. You know, no chemicals going in there. However, sometimes before the plant has coming up out of the soil, or the soil's just sitting there getting prepped, I do get lemongrass oil and peppermint oil, and I'll put some in a bottle, and I'll spritz the top of the soil, and that chases the gnats away or burns the gnats that are there without burning the soil. So any of the gnats on the surface, they get on them and they go, I'm melting. But yeah, these things here are really cool. So yeah, they come with the two different ones. The everything above the triangle there, it has like wax paper on it. You peel it off, and that's the sticky part. The triangle's not, and so you push that down into the dirt. Or if you like I do in the computer in the living room there, I'll take painter's tape and tape over the triangle portion and stick it around my monitor, because the gnats just love coming to my monitor. In fact, I got one right here. Hang on a second. That I just clipped. I clipped on there. Hang on. I got to kill the green screen. Hang on. Let me kill the green screen. Audio effects. None. There we go. You can see some of the gnats. I put this up here three days ago, and just in here, way away from everything else, I've already caught a couple gnats here, but I only used one side. See, there's what the paper looks like on that side, because I stick it up against the side of the thing up here. So I only use the one side. But yeah, I've caught 2, 4, 6 gnats so far. But yeah, there are some I believe it was cinnamon sticks you can lay around the soil too, and that'll chase off the gnats as well. Make it so they don't get into the soil to breed. Of course, and the gnats just floating or flying around without any place to breed die. So that's there. Let's see here. Okay, and Aiden just came in. Now, that's one I haven't heard. I haven't heard that one before. But yeah, the second here. Epsom salt is Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate. And so it's the magnesium that the plants need to when they're first germinating. And Epsom salt is not salt. It's it's like saying bath salts. It's not salt. Okay. I don't know how they came up with the thing for bath salts and stuff, and Epsom salt to be called salts. It's not a salt. So, all right. So, all right. With that, I'm going to wrap it up here. So, coming up real quick tomorrow morning, Saturday morning at 10 o'clock Eastern time, I'll continue editing chapter 6 of book 2 of The Scout and the Ninja. Ninja is Silent. And I will be editing that one. There are some major changes going up in the plot there. And then at 2 o'clock Eastern time, I'll be going live on my channel with Shadow Scout Sweet on his channel. We're doing a joint broadcast. The topic is items that you should already have in your preps. Then for Survival Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, the topic is after the banks are seized, what are your plans? Sunday morning, we'll continue on. We'll be working on chapter 7 of The Scout and the Ninja, and probably do 7. 7 will probably take Sunday and Monday. Monday on back here on Camppatton Family Compound for the Monday Night Fireside Chat is bulk canning, or recanning bulk canned foods. So like you get the number 10 cans of diced tomatoes or tomatoes or pizza sauce or whatever, and it's like, I got this at half the price of a small can, but I got the big number 10 can. What do I do about it? That's what we're going to be talking about on Monday. Tuesday for Tactical Tuesday is you can only have 15 types of canned food. What are they going to be? So for those that are prepping and you're stockpiling stuff, if you're only allowed to stockpile 15 different types, such as tuna, peaches, whatever type of canned food, you can only do 15 different types. Unlimited amount of those types. So what 15 are you going to use? And then next Friday here, the topic is Friday the 13th. Let's do it again. So this is the second Friday of the 13th this year. And I believe it's October. Is it October? Has a third Friday the 13th this year. Yes, Jason Voorhees is dancing around. He has 3 Friday the 13th this year. All right. So that's what's coming up here for the next week. And thank you all for coming in. And hopefully I will see some of you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern on Gray Man Prepping for editing of The Scout and the Ninja. And, oh, hang on. Let me show something here real quick. Visual effects. And for those that don't know, these are some of my novels I've written. So we are working on this one here, Scout and the Ninja, Book 2. All right. See you guys later. And work on planning your garden. If you haven't planned it out already, get it planned out and get your seeds ordered. All right. Take care.